So you told us a little bit about the conversation at the NBA. How else would you say the highest level of basketball, the NBA, some of the Division ones, how are they using the advanced statistics, the per possession? What are you seeing right now in that world?
A big movement towards expected value of shots. It's taking place in soccer a lot too. But you create a shot and it's location on the floor combined with where the defense is. So a contested 3-point shot, 3-pointers are more valuable than 2-pointers because 3 is greater than 2 and shooting percentages are close enough. That's the basic. But as a contested 3-pointer early in the clock when shooting percentages are higher, more valuable than an open 2 late in the clock. And if that 2-point jumper is from the short corner from 15 feet versus from the elbow at 15 feet, all those shot values are different. And there are a lot of variables that go into it. So teams are starting to evaluate, and I know the Sixers have been in discussion in analytics ever since Sam Hinkie came, Sam Hinkie left. But one of the things that they did, I heard one of their player development coaches speak a couple of years ago, is they track the expected value, the league's average expected value for each shot that they take in game. So they have a score up on the scoreboard at halftime, and they also have a expected score at halftime if they were an average team. So and a lot of things have been written now that they're playing the right way. Now they're just adding talent, and what happens when they add talent? Well, they've been able to track that for years because they know the value of the shots they're creating. So now they say we plug in somebody who, instead of a 31% right corner 3 shooter, we've got a 41% corner right 3 shooter. How does that change the shots that we're getting now? And then the next layer of that is if he's knocking down more shots, then defenses have to adjust to that, which creates some of these contested shots in the paint become a little bit easier because the defense isn't collapsing down. So shot values, shot distribution, and expected shot values are one of the things I'm seeing. I've seen a lot of discussion about how to disassemble the skills and value of grabbing rebounds. Right now, like I said a long time ago, hey, they missed a shot, whoever grabs it, that's important. But now the understanding is an uncontested defensive rebound when all 5 are dropping back is moderately, it's better than letting it go out of bounds and starting from a dead ball, but it's not really a value. It's counted as 1. A contested defensive rebound and a 2-on-1 break where you challenge the shot and recover to grab the rebound, that's an incredibly valuable defensive rebound. It counts as 1, but that's a much more valuable defensive rebound than an uncontested one. And disassembling the value of rebounds to see who actually is grabbing the really important ones. It's a discussion that I've seen and been somewhat involved in. I can't say I've done any work on it, although I would love to. But those are the 2 areas I see at the highest level.
And then how does that go to the lowest level of that, or not the lowest level, but the average high school varsity team? Where would a team start with analytics?
They would. Moving down, at the college level, a lot of what they're doing is measuring lineups or core groups, 3-player groups, 4-player groups, duos on the floor, off the floor. That's where I would start. The high school level, you've got there are the 4 factors, which are the fundamental principles of any analytics evaluation. It's effective field goal percentage, which takes into account the value of threes. So it's really a points per shot measure. And then turnover percentage, which is simply the percentage of your possessions where you're turning the ball over. Sometimes, very rarely, turnovers happen after an offensive rebound, but it's pretty uniform. So for all intents and purposes, when I'm working, I call them points per shooting possession, which is your points per possession factoring out the turnovers. So you're seeing what's the value when we get a shot. How good are we? Because some teams never turn the ball over but don't score very well. Some teams scored incredibly well but turn the ball over a little bit too much. I mean, even the Spurs a couple years ago, when they were clicking, their turnover rate was about 1.5 points higher than the NBA average. Yet they still had one of the best offenses in the NBA. They were when they didn't turn it over, they were so good. So they had like a 10% turnover cushion that they could force things because every time it worked, they were getting easy buckets. The turnover percentage is the second one. Offensive rebound percentage and free throw rate, and not free throw percentage. It's not how often you make them, which is, it's nice to knock down foul shots, but it's more important to get to the line relative to the number of field goal attempts you have. And those are the four factors. The importance of them vary from level to level. At the NBA, turnover percentage, it varies some, but the sloppiest NBA teams take care of the ball as well as some of the best college teams. And the average college team takes care of the ball better than the really good high school teams. So at the high school level, turnover percentage is an outsized factor in wins and losses. You still have to make shots. Effective field goal percentage is always important. But getting shots at the high school level is almost as important as making them. Just get shots every possession. I worked at a high school a couple years ago, and I told them they would turn the ball over more than 30% of the time. And I told the coach, just do your ones versus your twos, live 5v5, and you go out there and 1 point. Say you got to score 12 points in 10 possessions. And first 3 possessions, kick the ball into the stands. And then tell them that's exactly what they're doing every game. Because 12 points in 10 possessions against second string should be pretty easy. But now when you reduce it to 7 possessions, they've got to score almost every time. And that's what you're doing when you're turning it over 30% of the time. And he said that the light bulb went on for his point guard, and they had some moderate success taking care of the ball from there. But it's a simplifying stuff, so it actually gets applied in the game, and the players can understand it. That's one of the most important things at the high school level.
Jay, I think you and I could probably talk about, well, we have talked about this for hours at a time. I think we can continue to do it. I'd love to do this again. Tell our audience where they can find more information. I want to do another one of these, but if they can't wait, how do they get in touch with you? How do they learn more about basketball analytics?
On Twitter at Hoopalytics, HOOPALYTSES, or Hoopalytics@gmail.com. You can contact me either one, ask any question you have. If I don't have the answers, I can point you to somebody who does.
Awesome. Jay, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Justin, thank you. Look forward to the next time.